Let's begin with a land honoring. We gather here today on the ancestral lands of the NACRJ, Piscataway, and Kanoi peoples, recognizing that these lands have always been and will always be sacred to the indigenous people who have stewarded them for countless generations. We acknowledge the many tribes and nations whose names we cannot speak due to the tragic history of genocide and destruction.
We honor the waters that flow through this region, giving life and sustenance to all who live here. May we respect and protect these waters, understanding their significance to the land and its original caretakers. We recognize the rivers, streams, and the mighty Chesapeake Bay, whose currents carry the memories of those who came before.
We acknowledge the woods and forests, the guardians of biodiversity, and the lungs of our planet. May we walk gently among these trees, honoring their wisdom and strength. We pay homage to the air we breathe, the winds that carry the voices of our ancestors, and the skies that connect us all. May we listen to understand that they carry the messages from the past and the hopes for the future. We recognize the earth beneath our feet, the soil rich with history and potential. This land, cultivated and cared for by the indigenous peoples, holds the stories of creation and survival. May we tread with respect and gratitude. Let us remember that land acknowledgements are not merely performative gestures, but calls to action.
We remember and honor the stolen people who were brought to this land under conditions of unimaginable suffering. We pay tribute to our unknown and unnamed African ancestors, whose spirits endure and whose contributions are woven into the very fabric of this land. And we invite you now to hold in your hearts the names of your ancestors, your teachers who have crossed over to the other side. And when I give the signal, call out their names. Call the names of your loved ones who have crossed over, who worked for freedom and justice and love and peace. Call their names. Ibaraturum, 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 Ibaraturum. And for all of those we cannot name, we acknowledge and honor you. In this moment, let us reflect on our responsibilities to these lands and to our ancestors, to the waters, the woods, and the elements, and to all beings who share this sacred space. May we commit ourselves to actions that honor the wisdom of our indigenous kin, protect the environment, and seek to heal the wounds. Seek to heal the wounds of our shared history. May our awareness deepen and our actions align with the principles of justice, restoration, and reverence for all that sustain us. Ashe. 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 Asheo.
Greetings. Beautiful people. Okay, there are entirely too many people in this room for me to let that go. So we're going to do this again because what we're here to do, we're here to change the vibration. We want to raise it. We're going to create some energy in here today. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to greet you again, and I need all of the beautiful faces that I see to respond. Greetings, beautiful people. How are we feeling? All right. That was about, I'll give you 67%. That's good, that's good. As I mentioned, we are really here to set some grounding for the day. We want to make sure that we establish the tone, if you will, for how we're about to move forward together in the next few days. So I want you to take a moment, look around at the beautiful faces that are next to you, beside you, in front of you, behind you, and recognize that these are the people with which you are going to be continuing the work that we've gathered collectively to be able to uplift. The proverb says, "Open your ears to the ancestors, and you will understand the language of spirits." We pour empaye, nourish soul and shrines through which the ancient spirits commune with us, opening the way for us to reach the ancestral plane, unfolding the fabric of time and space like a dinner napkin across our thighs, starved of liberation and healing. There's much to tend to at the war table. Have not you felt the pain beneath the soil, beneath your flesh, the toil of the eldest of the elders raging in your DNA? The ways of old placed just beyond our reach as we seek utterance from the gin-flavored, blood-soaked shrine, a conjuring, juju, scented breath that sounds the war horn, the akabin, calling us to lift this load of oppression, when justice is just frozen hydrogen and oxygen molecules, ice that blisters our minds and makes it hard to wield the machete properly. That makes us cold and indifferent toward each other. Tell me, what tongue must I speak to break the enchantments of the lullaby that binds you? I implore you, return your ears to the language of the spirits. Dance your capoeira. Insert it into your spear rituals. Resurrect the voices that were once crushed and kept silent from all corners of the earth, calling those who are present to present our story, raw and in truth. Exposed to those who wish to cover up its nakedness, its sacred skin, housing a legacy of eternity. You see, we exist and are defined in the relationship of we, the community, providing opportunities to expand and develop a past and future shaped in the sincerity of our connections and service to the collective. This is the order of the day, the work with which we have come together to do. Let us honor it by strengthening our relationships and challenging everything that prevents us from forming healthy, whole, and human interactions. Sharing the stage with us this morning, we represent the 7 themes and pillars of this 9th NACRJ conference in 2024. We want to commit ourselves to leaning into these themes throughout the convening of the next few days and to take the things that we learn with us to continue the work that we do together here back to our respective communities. Let us open with our first pillar, beginning with ourselves.
I am with those who came before me and those who will come after me. I am a divine reflection of a powerful legacy. I commit to the honorable way of my elders' circle that comes with years and years of wisdom and insight of practicing and advocating for community and restorative justice principles. I am a divine reflection of our powerful legacy.
In the tradition of call and response, let us please repeat after Sister Deanna.
I am a divine reflection of our powerful legacy. I am a divine reflection of our powerful legacy.
And we move to our second pillar, from birth to high school.
May our culture and educational institutions lay a radical foundation for the prosperity and well-being of all students and families. May the approaches we amplify create a compassionate, healing-centered path of freedom for each child, enabling them to actualize their fullest potential. This is the essence of restorative justice. Not dehumanization, not criminalization, not penalization, restoration. Children of the world, hear us. You are here. You are safe. You are worthy. You are enough. Join me. You are here.
You are here.
You are safe.
You are safe.
You are worthy.
You are worthy.
You are enough.
You are enough. Our third pillar, community.
We are the ones. We are the ones. It takes a village to raise children who know what community means. It is a community where we include our LGBTQIA plus family. It is a community when we speak out for each other and stand up for everyone's right to be free, to live with dignity. It is a community when we include our veterans of wars, foreign and domestic. It is a community when we include our differently abled siblings. It is a community when we include the poor, the unhoused, all religions, creeds, and colors. Our village includes beloved communities. What makes a community? We are the ones. We are the ones. Repeat after me. What makes a community? We are the ones.
We are the ones. Our fourth pillar, law and policy.
We teach our children and ourselves to take responsibility with understanding of all that we place gently, of all that we thrust emphatically, and of all that we force violently into our world. As we teach through our lived examples how to lay claim to all of ourselves, we do the work that brings peace and healing into every place that we have harmed and throughout our beloved community. That is the law of restorative justice. I lay claim to all of myself. Ubuntu, Ubuntu. I am because we are. Join me. I lay claim to all of myself. Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. I am because we are. Our fifth pillar, ending mass incarceration.
In the beginning was the beginning, and the beginning of beginnings, and the beginning of ends and endings. We are on this stage attempting to put the pieces of the puzzle of the pieces, put the pieces of the puzzle of the pieces, hit the clock, time. Roz said, we want to love ourselves freely. We need freedom, not just Bill of Rights, but to build and the rights to build our own lives, to be free from poverty, destituteness, hatred, and hungry children. As protesters march against the killings of Black African Americans at the hands of police brutality, call it what you want. No deportation. Speak truth to power. Equal pay for equal work. Free health care. Reparations. Now. Stop the genocide. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Our greatest gift in life is time. Time is the most valuable thing a person has. Time is a measurement of character, value, wisdom, one's life experiences. That's why doing time is the most dehumanizing, harmful thing you can do. The taking of time away from a person's life is used as the most hurtful, oppressive, and inhuman system of punishment. We will work together to reclaim our time. We will work together to reclaim our time. We will work together
to reclaim our time. Our sixth pillar, at the intersection with other fields. We come from all over. We work in the towers of corporations and within and without the systems of justice. We work within the walls of institutions and in the fields of diverse communities, struggling against economic and environmental forces that converge to hold us down and keep us bound up. Fighting against ourselves, we must come together and struggle in freedom, in justice, and liberation, and with common unity. Bell Hooks taught us to build community requires vigilant awareness of the work we must continually do to undermine all the socialization that leads us to behave in the ways that perpetuate domination. Let us face the past without shame. Let us face the past without shame. We move to our seventh pillar, youth and young adults.
Youth is often seen as confused when in fact is miscommunication. See, you don't need to know exactly what's right to know something ain't right. It's a subjective truth, for it may not apply to you. However, that's the thing about truth. The unique quality of adolescence is the expanding view, because as you come into being conscious, questions arrive too. Questions begate answers, but answers will always begate the truth, yet that is nothing new. The breakdown in verbalization leaves a vision hindered, and the nonverbals may prevent even further. Thinking and promoting the same thought process lacks reflection for future thinkers. Such cognition leaves a product to be sold to an environment. When did we forget youth essential? Because no matter what, how is just as important. Not only do we want to experience, but improve proved experiences. For in fact, being young is nothing new. It's actually quite old. For progressive thinking, join me. Progressive thinking. Indeed.
And as we've heard from each of our 7 pillars, let us just take a moment to ground our understanding collectively by declaring our conference theme, re-envisioning our legacies. Let us hold this as a defining moment. It's each of our responsibilities to define this moment in the interest of justice, in the interest of liberation, and in the interest of healing. Let us pick up the mantle and challenge each other authentically, honestly, but most importantly, with an unwavering, radical commitment to strengthening our relationships and challenging each other in ways that refuse to allow the moment to remain the same as it was when we arrived. Let us embrace an offering from the poets.
Ancestors whisper through time. 7 generations see. With each step we take, future's hope now blooms, transforming the now. Our actions ripple from oppression's weight. Justice redefined, justice reimagined. Justice, justice, justice.
Concealment has never came as a consideration, yet it was conviction for our being. For authenticity is not welcome in this assimilated society. Though the spirit has been good at emerging with its identity, there's mask invented to hide that unity. Language barriers built to split up a community, history lost to those who knew it. The bondage begins to tighten as the bonds begin to loosen, yet you can't mask a culture's purity. There's no barriers on that spirituality. The soul hum song of story, even emerging with a dialect, is highly abhorred and gathering, shining, a design unable to be thwarted. We sing with such mask, and you clearly hear the voices. Drumbeat soul so flowing and potent. There is no concealment. That is why we're convicted for it. They create masks of beasts as if we're boars to be hoarded, as if our skin is a zoo behind cages and unimportant. Who decided we need to prove we deserve to be set loose? There's often lies and incarceration, yet slavery is its truth, for nothing's ever found freedom in making a cage home. They create masks to try to shade their wrong while openly appropriating culture, and the mask is to hide scars of tongue spitting in the face of the people in order to cover it up. Emerging is not about dealing, yet overcoming such disgust and degradation. We wear masks, but it's that of nations. Take it with a grain of rice. Yet with unity, it can be even more than what you make it, like reflections of the spirit, guided creations remaking, purpose saying every time we say it, code switching is just another way for us to hide our faces. We are a collective. We must congregate on a consensus in uninvited places, for creating anew is what we've curated. And a movement only begins to move after the foundations have shaken. As a wise man once said, when you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. So we'll emerge consistently as the identity is standing. Thank you.
Let us take the opportunity to center ourselves. We want to reflect in these next few moments. I'm going to ask for you to close your eyes if you so wish to do so. Let's take a deep breath and release out at your own pace. I want you to allow yourself to get centered and to really get focused on the day ahead and the place that we're in and the purpose, of course, for which we've come together in this momentous occasion. We'll take just a few moments. If you closed your eyes, I invite you to slowly reopen them. Slowly come back to center, bringing awareness to your body and positioning. Until we're fully present in the moment and space that we're in. I'd like to invite to join us on stage Lila June. Lila June hails of the Dene and Cheyenne nations and will be blessing us with an offering of song.
That's one thing we have in common is the drum. And all cultures around the world. I'm honored to be here. Yat e bene shik e arushidene she e nanisht ejit khachinshle do tsetsesses bashichin ashin hedishichedo bilagana edishanale. Akwit ego deneas anishla. So I'm from the Dene Nation. We're also incorrectly known as Navajo, but we call ourselves Dene. So happy to be here. I'm just gonna sing a little song. And my sister brought this drum today. This is a symbol from the Lakota and other nations. And you'll notice there's 4 colors on it. And that 4 colors represent the 4 corners of humanity. The red people, who's, you could argue, is a native people of this land, black folks, people of Europe, and people of the Asian nations. And so we created this symbol long before anyone came to this land, because we already saw you all coming. And when they all exist, you'll notice everyone is equal in this circle. When we come together as one, we'll know peace. This song is called All Nations Rise. It's a calling for all of us to honor all of our ancestors, no matter who you are. Because we are all indigenous to somewhere. We might not all be indigenous to where we stand, which is an important distinction, because you must always follow the lead of the local people wherever you are. But we are all indigenous to somewhere, every single one of us in this room. And if you go back far enough, we are all earth people. So this is a call for all of us to reclaim who we are. After so many years of colonization have tricked us and encouraged us to relinquish who we are, just to have a little bit of that perceived privilege of being more like post-Enlightenment Europe. Enlightenment. But it's a trick, because who we are not only was already good enough, but was definitely better. And that destruction of indigenous culture actually started in Europe. Because I introduced my clans. I'm mostly Dene, but I also have Scottish roots as well. And all the destruction of indigenous earth people was practiced first on the pagans of Europe through the witch burnings and the destruction of earth people in Europe. And so it's all of us who have to reclaim these roots to heal. Okay, here we go. And you're welcome to drum with me if you like. Indigenous people, shine your light, we are equal, yeah, yeah. I remember the days when our prayers were illegal. I remember the days when being Indian was lethal, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we had a rough past, but get ready for the sequel. Get ready for the glorious comeback of our people, oh, yeah. Rise up, all you warriors of love, all you answers to the prayers of our ancestors from above. I could feel it in my heart, can you feel it in your blood? I could hear the seventh fire calling us to wake up. All nations rise, rise up, 'cause now's your time. We don't have to hide anymore, 'cause now's our time. With forgiveness as my bow and my prayers as my arrows, pull it back and let go. I watch them fly like sparrows. Have hope, have hope. With compassion as our shield and faith down to our marrow, we will walk the pollen path even when it gets narrow. Yeah, yeah. Resurrect. Yes, you can bet that we seen the single mama raising children on the res. We seen domestic violence tear apart what we have left. We seen the alcohol take it all and leave us dead. We've seen our children take their own lives when they can't take the dread anymore. No, we can't take the dread anymore. Or no, I won't take the dread anymore. 'Cause I can't take the dread anymore. Yes, it's a war, but we've seen it all before, and now we know we can change it, 'cause that's why we were born. We know we are the ones that we have been waiting for. Yes, we are the ones that grandma has been praying for. So rise up, all you warriors of love, all you answers to the prayers of our ancestors from above. I could feel it in my heart, can you feel it in your blood? I could hear the seventh fire calling us to wake up. Pueblo hermoso, levántanse, es nuestro tiempo. No tienes que esconderte más, porque ahorita es nuestro tiempo. This next verse is in Spanish to honor all the indigenous peoples who live south of that imaginary border that has divided a continent that was once very much connected. Mujer indígena, tú eres tan sagrada y traigas medicina de tu suelo todavía, a pesar del abuso de tu cuerpo y tu tierra. Respetamos tus ancestros y la suya, otro hombre indígena. Tú eres honorable y yo veo la fuerza que todavía sobrevive a pesar del abuso de tu raza venerable. Yo respeto tus ritos, tus danzas, tus padres, guerreros del amor y guerreros de la paz. Sí, no vamos a escondernos más. We are warriors of love, we are warriors of peace, and we will not hide ourselves anymore. All nations rise, rise up, 'cause now's your time. We don't have to hide anymore, 'cause now's our time. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys so so much. Give it for these guys. Thank you. I've sang that song probably about 100 times. That was the most fun. Thank you, thank you. And as our Muslim brothers and sisters say, Alhamdulillah, all praise to God.
One more thank you for our sister. To our ancestors, to our children, to our community, to our kin. We are here, and we are safe. We are worthy, and we are enough. Let's sing it into existence. We are here, and we are safe. We are worthy of every good thing. We are enough. Bring some more energy. We are here. Yeah, 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 yeah. And we are safe. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We are worthy of justice, love, peace, freedom. We are enough. Sing the last one like you mean it. We are enough. I'm almost convinced, but not quite. We are enough.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We'll have concluding words with Dr. Ram Bhagat.
Peace and blessings. We're honored to open the 9th National Conference for Community and Restorative Justice. This conference is a defining moment in the national and global CRJ movement. The purpose for this opening ceremony was to invoke, inspire, and integrate the theme and pillars of the conference into our hearts, minds, and bodies. We are grateful to the National Planning Team for supporting this idea and believing in us. We're deeply appreciative of your participation in this sacred ceremony. We're especially honored for the opportunity to share space with Dr. Lila June Johnson, our spiritual sister. We hope, we trust you embody the Afro-Indigenous rhythms of restorative justice over the next 3 days. We encourage everyone to step inside some discomfort and explore some difficult issues to sharpen your practice. Yes. We trust you will engage in dialogue, make connections, and truly commit to re-envisioning our legacies. Thank you.
All right, so I'll ask as I begin, how are we feeling, people? All right. I think the ancestors have come through with us. We are here. And as we come to a close with this part of the opening ceremony, what I'd like to do is invite you, if you're able to stand up and join in movement with the drums in celebration of what we've come together to do over these next few days. When the drums stop, the next voice you'll hear speaking will be that of Sister Tiasha, who will set the agenda for us for the remainder of the day ahead. Thank you all for joining with us, and let us move together in celebration. Oh.
Invoke, inspire, and integrate. So you have. Thank you to the drummers, the dancers, the performers. If life is about rhythm, you have brought the rhythm and the life. So thank you for the inspiration and for the spirit of this day and of this morning. You are the storytellers, the circle keepers, the comrades, and the compadres. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and dear friends, I am Dr. Tiasha Bankhead, and it is my sincere honor and distinct pleasure to serve as your president of the board of the National Association of Community and Restorative Justice. Thank you. From the top of my head to the soles of my feet, I bid you a good morning and a warm welcome to the 9th International Conference of the National Association of Community and Restorative Justice. It is a sheer joy to stand before you today at the largest gathering in history of restorative justice practitioners on this planet. This is a historic and monumental occasion, one that breaks barriers and changes lives. Today we come together as a powerful collective, united in our commitment to justice, to healing, and to transformation. First, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this gathering possible. The dedicated volunteers, the meticulous planning committee that met for years, our visionary board, each participant, and our revered ancestors, whose wisdom and guidance continue to light our path. Your tireless efforts and unwavering dedication have brought us truly to this extraordinary moment. I'd also like to offer a Yoruba blessing of renewal, cleansing, and healing. It's about flow, fluidity, and the gentle healing power of water. And I've borrowed a little bit of the water from the group earlier. So, in Yoruba, Omi tutu, ona tutu, ile tutu, ashe tutu, egungun tutu, ile mokio, ile mokio, ile mokio, ashe, ashe, ashe o. Yeah. And what that means in English is fresh water for the house, this family, fresh water for this gathering, fresh water for my spiritual powers, fresh water for the ancestors. House of honor, I greet you. House of honor, I greet you. House of honor, I greet you. Ashe, ashe, oh, so be it, so be it. I invite you to take a moment to look around you. Truly do that. Take a moment to look around. You are a part of a momentous occasion. In this room, we have the power and the practices and the principles to make real and lasting change. This is not just another conference. I think you know that by now, if you didn't know it already. This is a convergence of hearts and minds dedicated to creating a better world. Let us acknowledge the gravity of this gathering and the incredible potential that it holds. As we stand on the shoulders of giants, let us remember and honor those impactful story keepers, such as our beloved Ted Lewis, our board member who passed on last Wednesday to be with the ancestors. Our prayers and thoughts are with his family and all those who loved him. Ted, you are with us in spirit. May you rest in power, and may we collectively keep your vision alive. To our newcomers, welcome. I'm the executive director at NACRJ, and we have 27 people here, and about 13 are newcomers. And they're like, what's going on? So I want to welcome you all the people who are new. You are now part of a vibrant, supportive, and transformative community. This conference offers an unparalleled opportunity to connect deeply, spiritually, emotionally, and practically. Here you will find not just colleagues, but kindred spirits who share your passion for restorative practices. This is a safe place for all. Please make use of the yoga room and opportunities to process if you feel triggered by any of the content presented here. We live in an unprecedented time of opportunity with leaders like Democratic nominee for the United States President, Vice President Kamala Harris, we are witnessing the possibility of the fulfillment of racial justice, gender equity, and LGBTQI rights as we guide the most marginalized and oppressed among us to rise to positions of power. As the African proverb says, when women lead, streams run uphill. This is our moment to reshape the future by radical and liberatory reimagining of possibilities. I'm proud to recognize how far we have come. There are currently no original members on the NACRJ board, marking a new phase and iteration of our organization. This is about passing the torch to the next generation. The deep and sustainable NACRJ culture is bigger than any one of us. This evolution is a testament to our resilience and our commitment to growth and renewal. We have achieved much, but there is still so much more to do. So let us stay true to ourselves and our principles as we forge ahead. Now I'd like to call my fellow board members to join me on the stage. I want to invite to the stage our treasurer, Lee Rush. Lee, I know you're in the house. Professor Talia Gonzalez, Vice President. Talia, are you here? I haven't seen you this morning. Amy Dallas, the secretary. Everybody, come on up, y'all. Jody Geddes. Jody, our Joy's in the house, yes. Troy Williams, Shauna Perry Finch, Kathy Evans, and ex officio board member and executive director Joel Freeze. Joel, I didn't see you this morning. I wanted you to see their faces. Joel, Talia, I don't see you. I know you're here, Joel. You called me this morning. We talked. I know you're here. There you are. These are the people who helped develop a vision and set the policies for NACRJ. They're also responsible for seeing that these sometimes lofty and creative visions get executed. Thank you, Joel, for joining us. Together, let us stand as a testament to the power, stay here, please, of unity, collaboration, and shared vision. So let us take a moment of call and response to get energized again about why we're here. So, when I say restorative, you say justice. Restorative. Justice. Restorative. Justice. Thank you. So, we are back together again, stronger and more passionate than ever. This conference is a beacon of hope, a testament of our collective values and principles, and a celebration of our shared mission. We're here to learn, to connect, and to inspire one another. Let us embrace this opportunity with open hearts and minds. So in closing, I'd like to share a poem that captures the essence of our journey. In the heart of darkness, we find our light. In the midst of struggle, we rise to fight. With every step, we forge our way. Together we stand, come what may. Our mission is clear, our purpose is true, restorative justice in all we do. With love and hope, and we heal and mend, a brighter future we shall transcend. Thank you for being here, for your dedication, and for your unwavering commitment to justice and healing. Together we will continue to break barriers, change lives, and create a more just and compassionate world. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Welcome to